everyone. Welcome to Office Hours. I am Elaine Pauley, President and COO of Orwell Magnawave and Wi-Fi Wellness Club. Thank you for joining me today. Let's see if you are here and you can see me and hear me. Tell me where you're at. Give me a thumbs up. Give me something here. I'm looking at the chat right now and waiting to hear from you all. So let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do today. We are going to talk about all things PEMF. I got my loops here. I'm here to give demos. We may have a special guest come knocking on the door today. So very excited about that. And let's see, what else do we have? So then I'm going to answer some business questions. I've got some really great questions from you all. Again, let me know where you are. I also have some updates. We're going to talk about MagnaCon. Hi, Leah in Washington State. You're first. Welcome, Leah. Thank you for coming. Thank you for commenting. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Michaela. Okay, so we are going to talk about MagnaCon. We're going to have a special guest. We are going to answer your questions. I have giveaways behind me in these awesome buckets. So we are going to be talking about all things pulse electromagnetic field, biohacking. If you would like to win something, all you have to do is share this live on social media and interact. Let me know where you're at. Give me some comments, give me some questions, and share this to your social media to win some stuff here. Now, my hair's all over the place. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Alexandra in Wisconsin. Hi, Dee Dee. Yay, friends are here. Okay, so we have some questions. First of all, we have a couple questions about MagnaCon. So let's talk a little bit about what MagnaCon is. MagnaCon is a convention all about what started with Magnawave, but now it has expanded into all things biohacking for humans, for animals, for all of us. And we will be featuring new products as well as having other complementary modalities. We're going to be talking about research. We are going to be, if you are a vet tech, you could get vet tech continuing education credits by attending MagnaCon, either virtually or in person. So MagnaCon is every other year. It's right here in Louisville, Kentucky. You can scan this QR code or visit magnacon.com to get your tickets. If you are a Magnawave certified practitioner, you can attend MagnaCon virtually or in person and actually get your continuing education credits to actually keep your certification. So again, every other year. So why do we do it every other year? We do it every other year because we want to provide you the greatest content that we can. So we compile research. We have medical professionals, from veterinarians, specialists in veterinary care. We have research in veterinary medicine, as well as full scope of human use. So we have new research that we will be sharing on the human side. We will also be talking about hyperbaric chambers, infrared, red light, photobiomodulation, vibroacoustic therapy, all of these beautiful things, how they interact together. We will have 2 different tracks this year. This is new. MagnaCon will have a beginner track and a advanced track. So it will be very interesting for everyone. If you are interested in coming, magnacon.com is where you get your tickets. Okay. Now we also will be talking a little bit about what should you do, in person or virtual. If you get in-person tickets, okay, if you decide you can't come, then we will transfer it to a virtual ticket. Okay. If you get virtual tickets and you decide you can come, as long as you let us know in advance, at least 2 weeks in advance, we can upgrade you to in-person. Okay. And you got to get your hotel room. We do sell out every year. We have 500 people in person and we have thousands of people who watch online. And I want to repeat, you do not have to be certified with Magnawave. You do not have to own a Magnawave. You do not have to know what Magnawave is to get a ticket and join. Okay. We will teach you everything. Prior to coming, the virtual audience and the in-person audience will have access to 2 classes online. One will be all about pulse electromagnetic frequency. What is Magnawave? What is Orwell? What does it do? How does it work? The 101 basics class. And then they'll also have access to, let's talk about machines, the differences in machines, so that when you step into attending virtually or in person, you step in understanding the basics of what machines we're talking about and the science. Okay. So that is available to everybody. So you know, invite your friends, invite your family. If you have a vet tech that you love, if you have a veterinarian that you love, a virtual ticket for them would be an excellent way for them to understand and interact with our veterinarian, our vet board, as well as see who we are, what we do. We do hands-on training for humans, horses, livestock, and small animals. So we will do that. We actually bring animals in, and we do you know, use the machines on them, and we have a advanced and beginner part of that. We have tons of different, we have the most other vendors than we've ever had. So I know we have some vibration stuff coming. We have hyperbaric chambers, we have red light, we have compression, we have massage guns. Like, we have the best of the best, purely vetted, great complementary modalities coming to share with you guys. So you are going to get tried and true tested. Like, MagnaCon is not like everywhere else. We do not let anybody just be a vendor. We definitely take our time. We test the products. We want to make sure that they are great for our customers because we love you guys and we want you to have the best of the best. Okay. So anybody can come. Now, here's the fun part. Everybody who buys a ticket, whether it's in person or virtual, okay, we give away $150,000 worth of stuff. What does that mean? We give away some of those. Whoa, that right there. We give away some machines. We give away attachments. We give away coaching. We give away thousands of dollars worth of other modalities. We give away you all so much stuff. So, like, if you are interested in purchasing a machine or getting involved with biohacking or getting involved with health and wellness career, there is absolutely no reason to not get a ticket, because there's no reason not to. You are entered to win. If you are a MagnaWave practitioner and you want to stay certified, there is 1,000% no reason to not get one, because you are going to be required to watch the videos and take a quiz on this information anyways. And I will say, this year is the 10th anniversary of MagnaCon and the 20th anniversary of MagnaWave. So this will be a very special year. We are all day Wednesday, June 10th. Till end of day Friday, June 12th. That is the MagnaCon. Now, if you are doing VIP, that is going to be awesome. Okay. For the first time ever, we're going to have VIP. What does VIP mean? You are going to have a concierge person who's going to make sure he checks you in easy. You're going to have designated seating in each of the breakouts and each of the speaker events. You will also have a break room where you have a special breakfast with the speakers every day. You will also have a fourth day of MagnaCon on the 13th. So you will stay for that Saturday. We will pick you up. We will drive you to MagnaWave. We are going to give you a behind the scenes tour of our corporate office. We're going to have you meet the team here at the corporate office, but also hear about the future of MagnaWave and where we're going a little bit more, a lot more in depth on where could you partner with us to maybe do some of these new revenue things that we are working on. Maybe there is a way for you to see what's happening and join in on either working with us for machine sales or working with us for events. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Then we will, put you back on the bus. We're going to take you to Wi-Fi Wellness Club, which is our wellness club that we have been running for 4 years now, right here in Louisville, Kentucky. Wi-Fi, Vitality for you. We're going to take you behind the scenes with the Wi-Fi people. We are closed that day. Wi-Fi will be closed. The team will be there. We will go around and show you the modalities we use, a true behind the scenes tour there, Q&A about, what are we doing? What is working? How do we get here? Okay. Because here's the bottom line. A lot of times you are watching on social media, you're seeing these little clips of content and people are saying 10x it, make it bigger, make it better, do all of these things. And guys, owning a business is not that easy. Okay. It really isn't. It's a grind. It's a lot. Opening a wellness club is not the easiest thing I've ever done. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. I've spent 4 years failing so that you don't have to. I literally have taken the blood, sweat, and tears of myself and my team, and we've learned what works, what doesn't, how to market, how to do it. And I've struggled with, do I want to franchise it? Do I want to license it? What do I want to do? Well, I don't know, but I do know this. I know that there's valuable information here. And if you are wanting to start a wellness club, if you are open to wellness club, if you're looking for, how do I do this with reliable modalities and market this correctly? VIP might be for you. Okay. It really could, because I can't do that with everybody. I cannot bring everybody. The facility isn't big enough. I can't take 500 people there. So this is for those who are truly interested, putting some skin in the game and want a little bit extra attention and understanding, a little bit more time to see how they align with the mission and values of what we're doing and where we're going as a business. So I'm really excited. If you guys are interested in doing VIP, you can purchase your tickets to VIP. You can purchase your tickets for virtual or in person. And let me tell you, MagnaCon has a ton of content, you guys. Even if you can't do VIP, you are going to get so much. Or Wi-Fi and Orwell will be presenting. They will be talking. Our director will be there. So you're going to learn all about the modalities and stuff that we use, even just coming to MagnaCon. So I would encourage you, no matter what, even if you can't do VIP, to come. It is going to be great. Tell your friends, get tickets to virtual. Every single ticket is an entry to win a $20,000 piece of equipment. It's really cool. Okay. Hello, Juliana, and morning from Wisconsin. Looks like I might be having some internet issues. Let me fix that. Kim, you're in a blizzard? Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Hello, snowy Michigan. Is it snowing in Michigan? Bridget, looking forward to seeing you this summer. It's going to be great, guys. It's really going to be great. Tamara said, this is what I did. I came to MagnaCon to make sure that what I wanted to do, this is what I wanted to do, sold. That's what I'm saying. Do you want to make the investment in a MagnaWave machine? Do you even want to make an investment, maybe something else, like one of the other modalities? Like, what should you do? MagnaCon, you guys, it's a couple $100. You could attend virtually. You can rewatch every single thing. If you can't be there all day, nobody expects you to be on your phone like this. June 10th, 11th, and 12th. We just don't. So you can rewatch the recordings on your own time. It's just, you guys, it's going to be super great. Let's see. Will the rock be available for purchase at in-person MagnaCon? Yes. Okay. We have a couple questions here, and I am going to write them down. And we have a couple questions about lasers. So lasers get a little bit tricky. So I want to make sure. So how does PEMF compare to cold laser? So PEMF excels at actual deeper, like regional tissue penetration and bone repair, while cold laser is really great for surface level healing, such as skin, scars, and localized joint issues. Okay. So when you're talking about penetrating into the bone marrow, when you're talking about, muscle, really, really deep penetration, PEMF, when you're talking about scarring, when you're talking about microcirculation, skin issues, cold laser, they are complementary to do together. You don't have to pick one or the other. You could do both. But I recommend that. I have always found that PEMF does a lot of the things that lasers do, save fur. It looks like I'm having Wi-Fi problem here. Hopefully you guys are not seeing a problem. You guys are getting it. You should do a VIP giveaway. Tamara said that. Okay. Maybe. Good afternoon from South Carolina, Janet. Beautiful sunny day in Texas, freezing in Michigan. Oh, Hazel says the roads in Michigan were the worst she's ever driven. Wait, Holly says we are being forecasted to get over 12 inches, up to 30 inches of snow in Wisconsin. Wow. Kate says, looking forward to another great MagnaCon. Haven't missed it since joining the MagnaWave fam in 2019. I came to that first one because I couldn't figure out why my business wasn't working. I barely had 1,000 in sales in 6 months. Between MagnaCon and the end of the year, I did $10,000 in sales. If you want to grow your business, come to MagnaCon. Kate, that is such a great paragraph. I'm going to put this up so you guys believe that this is actually a comment. Kate, that is I'm putting that on the MagnaCon website because it's true. And let me tell you guys the truth. We don't make money in MagnaCon, okay? Every year I overspend, and every year I cannot put ROI on MagnaCon because it is an experience. It is like-minded individuals coming together to learn and grow together. I learned so much at MagnaCon. This is truly an amazing experience. And my favorite thing is connecting with people who feel the same way, who are motivated the same way that I am, who are looking to be loud about health and wellness and pulse electromagnetic frequency and want to learn and grow and always believe they can learn and grow. And I just think that it's just something that is truly special. It really, really is. Will there be vendor sales going on in between sessions at MagnaCon? Yes. Thoughts on thermal imaging? Okay. Thermal imaging in conjunction to PEMF. I do have thoughts. I have lots of thoughts. So, I've done several studies with thermal imaging and pulse electromagnetic fields, specifically with MagnaWave on animals. What I have found is a couple of things. So, what thermal imaging does is show hot and cold, right? Thermal areas. So, when something is swollen, it's usually hotter, okay? And that means that when we MagnaWave it and we reduce that inflammation, we do drop the temperature. And we see that over and over and over again. But the way that PEMF works, when it goes into the body, what the body does with it is a very interesting thing. So it can sometimes there might be an area where blood flow is severely restricted or reduced, and that area may look cold. And in this instance, that's good, right? In thermal imaging, they want to see like when you're looking at blood flow and you're looking at swelling, you want it to get colder. Well, in this instance, we might actually bring blood flow to that area, and that may look warmer. And then that makes it very confusing for the observer. Like, is this making it worse? So it has been very difficult for me to publish any of these studies without tremendous education, because I made that mistake in 2015 and I put out some information, and there was people who took portions of that study and then said that we were causing heat and causing problems when we weren't. And they weren't they were pick and choosing what they wanted to say and didn't say, and they weren't taking the information correctly. So I think that we could definitely talk more about this. But yes, thermal imaging does work with PEMF to see blood flow, but it's not necessarily always, hot and cold and good and bad, if that makes sense. I'm cutting out. I'm hoping it's better. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I was saying MagnaCon, Wednesday, June 10th, 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. We're starting early Wednesday. We are ending Friday, June 12th, but we are having a big party Friday night. So it's the 20th anniversary Friday. We will be having a costume ball, and it's Magna Carlo. Okay. So I want you to channel your Bond theme. Like, we're talking casinos, we're talking flapper, we're talking 70s. I don't know. We're talking like dressing up, having fun type of vibe. Magna Carlo. We're gonna have some Magna Bucks gambling. We've done this in the past for some of the older practitioners. It's gonna be a super great time. We're gonna have live band. It's gonna be so fun. June 12th. How do we get continuing education credit from attending MagnaCon? So, Brenda, we keep track of who comes, and then we give you a continuing education credit if you attend and you watch the video. So you're going to watch through an app. Okay. And then you'll check into the event so we know that you attended if you attend in person. But if you watch the videos during the app, and then we'll send out like a quiz to you guys, and then you'll get a certificate for your continuing education. Hi, Sheena. It has been a while. Sheena Burgos. Oh my God. I haven't heard from you in forever. Okay. Jennifer says, I just bought my third machine. Congratulations. Worked let's see, worked on a small dog with Marie says, I worked on a small dog with 2 slip discs in her spine. Vet x-rayed and vet checked, was told she may never walk again, and in 3 days she walked. Now we go to the wave. She jumps in her laundry basket and waits for it. So you're magna waving the dog in a laundry basket? I love this. Tell me more. Send some pictures. Nancy, hello from Wilton, California. I think that's what that is. Still trying to grow my business. Hard to do in my area. Put out flyers, reach out to vets, trainers, boarding facilities, Facebook. I have a great website. I can't afford to go to MagnaCon. You can't afford not to go to MagnaCon, Nancy. You can't afford not to. Because it is not difficult to grow your business where you are. It is difficult to grow a business anywhere. Okay. Let me make that very clear to you. It is extremely difficult to grow your business anywhere. So, Nancy, I'm going to give you a couple tips. A, have you lined out who your target audience is? If you had to give your customer a name, what would she look like or he look like? What do they do? How old are they? Where do they hang out? Who are your customers? What it sounds like to me is you've done flyers, you've talked to some people, you've reached out to people, but those people don't know who you are. They don't know what you do. They don't understand it, and they're not interested. Okay. Those aren't your people. Okay. So, first of all, every time you go into a veterinary clinic, you have to bring food. A flyer does not cut it. All right. You need to go in, you need to bring one of these bad boys. This is the new video booklet. Okay. Here it is. I hope I charged it. I did. So right here, we've got 3 different videos. These are beautiful. They're new. They're better than ever. Look at that. These are our video booklets. You drop one of these off, okay, at the veterinary's office with information in your flyer. You say, hey, I have to come back and pick that up. Please don't throw it away. I would like to come back and bring you guys some food. Would it be possible that I could come back in 2 days and do a lunch and learn, maybe drop off some donuts, drop off some bagels with cream cheese? I'd love to get 15 minutes with your veterinarian or your office manager or your decision maker. Okay. So they will drop that off. You could follow up by phone. You try to get something scheduled. You come back and pick that up. And when you come back, even if you don't have the lunch and learn, drop off 6 bagels, drop off some donuts, drop something off, say thank you. Keep coming back. No is your friend. I challenge you, Nancy, right now. I challenge you to go get 50 no's. I want you to right now go out, not right now, wait till the end of this. Go out right now and make a list. Every time somebody tells you no, not maybe, not yes, no, I want you to write it down. Your goal is to get 50 no's. And when you get 50 no's, you're all of a sudden going to realize no isn't so bad. What's bad is maybe. Because then you keep following up and they don't have any idea. So they're just wasting your time. Okay. Getting the worst thing that somebody could say to you is no, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You have to put yourself out there. So you go in, you bring some food to that veterinarian's office. When you get there, you bring your machine. I'm gonna have to do something about Zach. I'm gonna have to do something about and Jacob about the Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired in, but if I turn off my Wi-Fi, I don't know what's gonna happen. Turn off Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm doing it. So everybody bear with me. You might lose me for a second, but I'll come back. I'm gonna try. Here we go. Is back? I think it's back. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, guys, we're gonna hopefully it'll be better. So let me go back to Nancy. Nancy, you have a goal of 50. I think it was Nancy 50 no's. So you have gone into the veterinary's office. You've taken this beautiful video booklet that you purchased from MagnaWave. We will put the link up for this here today. We'll put this up for you. But you can purchase this through us if you're a MagnaWave practitioner, and you are going to drop that off with a card and your flyer. Then you are going to come back within 2 days. And that, so now you've got 2 touches. You spoke to them 2 times. Remember, 7 touches. 7 times you have to get in front of somebody's face on average to get them to convert to a sale. Now then, let's say I want you to do that 20 times. Okay. To 20 different veterinary clinics or 20 different chiropractors. And here's what's going to happen. 2 of them, all right, I'm going to set your real low. 2 of them are going to say yes. All you need is 1. Okay. 2 of them are going to say yes. But guess what? You just added 18 people or whatever to your 50 no's. So that's good. You're building your list. Now, listen, what you're going to do now is you're going to come back with food and you're going to go to that veterinarian and you're going to say, you're going to explain what it is. You're going to, they've seen the video booklet. You're going to say, all I'm asking for is 3 of your worst patients, your oldest dog that's struggling to walk, your slip disc dog, like we just read that testimonial, your dog that has depression. I want those 3 dogs that you just can't help and that you just don't know what to do with. All right. The owner who refuses to do surgery and that you want to help the dog. You look at that veterinarian because they care about animals too. You don't go into being a veterinarian for the money. I promise you they care about animals. And you say, I will help those dogs. And if I do, will you give me a chance to work with you and refer patients to me? And they will say yes or no. But if one of them says yes, which they will, you get those 3 dogs and you are going to blow their mind. This is not easy. Doing anything that involves putting yourself out there is hard. You are going to fail. You're going to fail over and over and over again. This is not TikTok. This is not Reels. This is not 10X, da 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 da. You're not paying me $750 or $30 million for a class for me to tell you that you're going to be rich in 15 minutes because you're not. Okay. But you can be successful. You can be wealthy and you can be happy and you can give back by doing this. But you do have to be persistent, especially in the beginning. And this goes with any business. All right. So it's not just flyers, it's knowing who your customers are. Okay. For example, of how do you know who your customers are? My customers are women between the ages of 18 and 65. All of you who are watching right now, look at yourselves. Do you fit? Are you in the category? You are. And guess what? You are my people because women between that age group care more about their family and their animals than they do themselves majority of the time. As mothers, as caregivers, we love these animals and these people. We love our family, whether they have 2 legs or 4, and we care about them. And we will try anything to take their pain away because their pain is our pain. And when you all try things like MagnaWave, even when we started and a voodoo doctor and all the things, you have to be persistent and you have to keep going and you have to believe in what you're doing. And trust me, they know if they don't, they could feel it in your energy. And when I figured out who our customers were and I figured out where they hung out, I had the most success. So maybe your customers aren't hanging out at veterinary clinics. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are the local natural, holistic place. Maybe they're at the yoga studio. Maybe they're at Hot Works. Maybe they are. I know they're there. Okay. It is not your area. It is not you. It is your approach. Okay. And let me tell you what my approach is. I refuse to quit. Okay. It doesn't matter. You can tell me no all day long. Moving on. Because not only do I believe and know it works, I know in my soul that this is going to change the lives of the people and animals that embrace it. And I know that no one knows about it. You all, we are a small percentage. Everyone that says that this therapy is saturated has no idea what they're talking about. 0.02% of the equine industry in the United States knows what MagnaWave is. 0.02%. That's true. That's actual, real, evidence-based information. Like we have done survey after survey after survey with different firms to figure out how many people in North America know about this. And I'm going to tell you what, there might be a lot of people at the racetrack in Louisville at Churchill Downs that know what it is. Okay. But 2 steps down the road at the training center, there might not be anybody. Right over there in Lexington at the Red Mile, they know less about it. Some of them do, some of them don't. At the polo track, at the polo field, nobody. Nobody. That's what I'm saying. There is opportunity everywhere, but you have to put yourselves out there. And I've told the story a million times about myself going to I went to get my car detailed one time, or just car wash. It's one of those ones where you have to get out of the car, get your stuff, go inside, and they clean it out inside, and then they pull it through, and then they bring it out and they dry it off. So I love this one. It's locally owned. I go to it all the time. So I get my machine out, I sit down, I'm kind of exhausted. I'm in the waiting room. And I think this was right around COVID time, maybe right before or right after. And this guy goes, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a MagnaWave machine, whatever, blah, 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 blah." And I ended up doing sessions while I was there. And the line, I had to physically pull myself away because everyone coming in wanted to try it. So I put myself out there. I talked about it. I believe in it. And trust me, when I speak about this, they know that I believe in it. And it's not because I'm a scientist. It's not because I'm a doctor. And it's not because I explain it in some amazing way. It's because I confidently believe that this is a life-changing product. Okay. We have a special guest joining us today. And I'm going to get back to your questions here. I really want to... Stacy said, "I failed so many times this year that I'm hoping that I finally get a break this next year." Stacy, are you coming to MagnaCon? Have you bought your virtual ticket? If you are struggling, you all, and I want all of you all to look at me like this. If you come here, listen. If you have any business right now, okay, and the only way that somebody can get a hold of you to pay you services, Pat Pirelli.
Hey.
Hey, Pat. Okay, joining me now is Pat Pirelli. Yay, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Pat Pirelli, the founder of Natural Horsemanship. He has an amazing way with animals, not just horses, but with animals. I'm going to say it. I've seen you with dogs. He is a lover of all things, especially horses. And we have found a symbiotic relationship using MagnaWave and what Pirelli teaches. And I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me, Pat.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to be here. Excited to come to MagnaCon too.
Yes, so Pat will be speaking at MagnaCon. So Pat, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you've done for those that may not be familiar.
Okay. Hi, my name is Pat Pirelli. I'm a professional horseologist. And what that means is that I use communication, understanding, and psychology versus mechanics, fear, and intimidation to help horses learn how to become partners with their humans. And I'll be 72 years old in about 3 days. And I've been a horse lover since I rode my first horse when I was 3. And my job is to help regular people get extraordinary results with horses. When I was young, I remember being 12 years old in 4-H, and I thought I was just like everybody else that just loves horses, and same old struggles and stuff and things like that. My 4-H teacher told me, he said, "You're actually quite natural with horses. You ought to think about maybe becoming a horse trainer or something like that when you get older." And like, me, really? I'm just little Pat, And I was raised in Northern California, the East Bay area. Livermore, if anybody knows, I was born in Oakland, but kind of kept moving east. Went to school in Modesto, then Fresno State University. I tell everybody that university was the toughest 2 weeks of my life, but not really. I had a full ride rodeo scholarship, and I was a professional rodeo cowboy for 14 years, rode bucking horses. I was the Rookie of the Year in 1972. And I've always been interested in how to train animals. And when I was a little boy, I trained my dog, the neighbor's dogs, all the dogs in the neighborhood, the cats, roosters, trained a pig to do things. Just always had this thing about, training animals. And over the years, I've been able to work with top circus trainers like Freddie Knie in Switzerland, the Knie Circus, and got to work with all kinds of different prey animals, giraffes, camels, all the horses, of course, all kinds of different things, that ostriches and dolphins. And I mean, every kind of training animals has always been a fascination of mine. And what I found is that they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Then they care how much you know, because they got to like you first. Then they got to respect you. And so many of us, we want them to respect us first. And so there's this mix of kind of the middle of the road, and I call it the carrot stick person, not the carrot person, not the stick person, somewhere in the middle, the got to person. And so my basic career path landed in Clovis, California. I was going to Fresno State University, and I landed an apprenticeship job for 5 years with the top Western horseman in the country. His name was Troy Henry, and his list of proteges is huge. And was with him for 5 years until he graduated to Horseman's Heaven, and was there. And about 3 months later, it was in December, and in March 1st, I got invited down to Northern Hollywood by a veterinarian there named Dr. R.M. Bradley. And he was in Sunland, and he asked me, would you come down and give my clients a seminar on what you learned in the last 5 years? He was a client of mine. He always kept 6 horses and mules with me. By the way, I'm the founding president of the American Mule Association. I was 23 years old, 1976. And I've trained over 300 mules. I've had more than a dozen world champions. Had one mule that showed at the snaffle bit featured at the World Championship against horses. She had the 3rd highest reining mark out of 375 horses. I got hate mail from the trainers because they got hate mail from the owners. And I got a phone call from Jake Wallenbach, who was the CEO at the time of the California Rein Cow Horse Association. Said, Pat, we're not going to allow you, this big hoo-ha, boo-ha-ha, can't let you compete on your mule anymore. And they wrote a rule, they call it the Pat Pirelli rule. It still stands today. It says your entry must be a horse.
Wow.
they figured I'd probably come up with a zebra or something the next time.
Yeah.
Which I've trained zebras. I've trained a Zorse and a Zonky, which are half zebra, half all this animal stuff. I just love it. Okay. Of course, Jane Goodall is one of my heroes, and just in Caesar Milan and I've done television shows together. So just everything to do with animals. And I was just so fortunate to be with such a great horseman, Mr. Henry, Troy Henry. And so I gave that seminar on March 1st, 1982. And that was kind of all of a sudden I realized that was my calling, was to help regular people get extraordinary results by helping them really understand what makes horses tick. How do they feel? How do they think? How do they act? How do they play? What are the clues for the clueless? And realizing that, a lot of people have horses and they might be good riders, but it turns out that doesn't mean that they're really a horseman. And so my goal is to make the world a better place for horses and the humans that love them, no matter where they live or what they can afford. The reason I've created this program, and to really help humans understand how to have a great horse life, how to be safe, have fun, and then how to taste excellence. So it's, again, I would say 80% of my clients are recreational, and probably 90% of my clients are female. Those are the demographics these days. And from all over the world, I had over 200,000 graduates in my online program in 73 different countries, including Texas.
Okay.
So that's a little bit about me, and it's been a fast 44 years since I gave that first seminar, and I got my first paycheck with a horse when I was 10 years old. So that would be 62 years ago that I got my first paycheck on a Shetland pony ranch.
Wow. And what's very interesting, if you guys want to know how the stars align, which I believe people come into your life when they're meant to at the right time. So Pat's birthday is St. Patrick's Day, and our founder, my father, Pat Zemer's birthday is also St. Patrick's Day. So Pat and Pat share a birthday, and I just think it's one of those things that really kind of shows that the world works and the people you're supposed to meet always are there, are aligned for you. So I have seen firsthand the way that you work with horses. So I visited your campus, and I'll never forget it. I sat with Carson on the buggy, the golf cart, and I watched you working with the team there. You had some students on horseback, and just the way that you were working with the animals and reading them and teaching these women specifically how to understand their animal and move with their animal was something I'd never seen before. It is, if you've not heard of Pat Natural Horsemanship and the way that he does it, it is incredible. And it's a different way of looking at how to train a horse, especially if you've been at thoroughbred racing. It is just a different way of interacting with the animal. Do you notice this right away with all horses, that you have this relationship, or have you ever had a time where you struggle with a horse that may be ornery and you just don't understand that animal, or is it always just come that you can figure it out with them?
Well, I've learned to say never, and don't always say always. Usually say usually. Okay. So most of the situations, challenging horses that I've dealt with are mostly human made. Okay. And horses are like computers. They may never do what you want, but they always do what you tell them or what you eventually program them to do. They're just happy, and it's their perception and stuff. And again, getting people to realize, how do we get a horse to really like us and trust us? And I'm not just talking about with, carrots and treats and stuff like that, which is all fine too. But how do what are the little things that we can do that actually cause that break rapport with horses? So, for example, it took me 35 years to find out that neither women or horses like this. And yet people do it to the horse all the time. Good boy. Men and dogs love it, but
no, I don't like it. You're right. You're absolutely right. Women and horses do not like it.
And why? Because the mother, when the baby was born, the foal was born, she took her tongue and rubbed and licked that foal. She didn't say good boy. So this anthropomorphic tendency that most humans have, putting human thoughts and values into animals' actions, we a lot of people, it's like treating them like a big dog. And so they're prey animals, we're predators. So my goal is to help build that bridge, and especially people that that are in a situation like a veterinarian, a farrier, a magna practitioner. It's like you're dealing with horses that you've never met before. You're walking into somebody else's backyard, stables, whatever, and you don't know what you're apt to be up to. And a lot of times, most horses, they might get along with the owner okay, but every time a veterinarian comes, a farrier comes, the adrenaline gets up because it's a negative experience. And now the new person comes in with these big white snakes and gonna do all this stuff with them. So just knowing how do the right thing at the right time for the right reasons, knowing when to be, where to be, why to be, what to do when you get there, and when to quit doing what you're doing is really, it becomes like a second nature and a sixth sense. But you got to start off with that, with an instinctual doing the right. And as a predator species, human, our tendency is to grab quickly and do lots of little things. And we're pedestrians too, so it means we have tall bodies and horses got long bodies. We're going to get into all this stuff at MagnaCon, but give you a little tip of the iceberg and being able to really help people learn kind of a new the kind of thing that attracts horses. How do we, what is it that some people have that they're just like a magnet for the horses, and then they also get the respect, and the horses want to follow their leadership. And anyway, it's just a fascinating situation with humans and horses, and I love helping.
And I love the fact, so, natural horsemanship does not always lend itself to thinking technology. And when I visited you and you started using the MagnaWave, and then you started using the AuraWave at home. So you started using the human product at home, and then the MagnaWave on the horses. How did that, we kind of just wanted to see, what do you think? How did the horses like it? How do you like it? Before we agreed to anything, tell us a little bit about that and how that worked out for you.
Yeah, perfect. Well, first of all, I've always been the kind of everything natural, whether it was herbs or acupuncture. When I was 26 or 7, I ended up with carpal tunnel syndrome. Really bad. I went to get up one day and to put my hands on the bed. It felt like I'd gotten an electric shock in the middle of it jumped. What the heck? And it got worse and worse and worse. My dad's best friend had a $5,000 surgery on carpal tunnels and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I went to an acupuncturist for $25 a session. 5 sessions later, perfect. I was back roping and doing all kinds of different things, right? And he's now had 3 surgeries, by the way. Thousands of dollars, and still has the problem. So I've always been attracted to natural things. And my wife, Kat, is the founder of Benefab, a business that is also kind of how we kind of got together too, MagnaWave through Kat. And, I was fascinated with her technology and product as a wearable therapy. Right. And it was natural. And again, later on, I ended up having, because I had a bow tendon and I had real bad arthritis in this wrist. And the day I met her, I had to brush my teeth like this. And she had these gloves, and and I said, will those gloves work on this? And she said, well, we've got this 2-week long guarantee of better, less pain, more mobility. And so I wore the gloves. 3 days later, I was back roping again. So I've always, and then when Kat introduced me to MagnaWave, we got the Cemetin first, and just here at home, and just me and the dog. And I always do everything on me first. Not only with my animals, but I have a handicapped boy. He's 43. He had hydrocephalus when he was born. He had a stroke when he was 12. We've done all kinds of things to help him, brain mapping and lots of different tech things and stuff like that to help him. But if I'm going to do something, I try it on me first. Okay. So the MagnaWave was something I did, and I started noticing like a difference in me. And then, so I said, okay, now let me get the Aura, and then the Maya Pro for the horses. And now it's just building. And what's the most exciting part, besides everybody feeling better in the horse, is my team, who, instead of looking at, not another thing to do, right?
Yeah.
The TheraPlate, it's like they are excited. They go, hey, we've got a horse that's got a sore, back or a tendon or something like that. I think we can prevent it if, and they're out there, MagnaWaving and keeping track and records. So when I see enthusiasm in my staff to know that it's going to help the horse, and it's this all of a sudden, this thing started really clicking for me. And then, of course, everybody that comes here new to the campus, they're seeing somebody with these white hoses on the horse. Like, what is that? And then it just, like I was listening to your story just a minute ago, and at the car wash, it's the same thing. They're like, really? Tell me. And, will that work on my shoulder? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's just a natural fit. And, again, natural horsemanship is natural for horses. It's not easy for humans because our predatory, pedestrian type way of our DNA lines up. So we actually have to really realign our way of going around. So same thing with anything natural. We've got to, like this technology, we've got to learn to recognize, do less sooner instead of more later, recognize these little things and stuff like that. Know that we're doing things with our horses and our animals and ourselves and for them, not to them.
Yeah. And it's interesting to me because when we've talked previously is like horses can be they can't talk obviously, right? Unless you're Mr. Ed, but they can't tell us what's going on, and sometimes pain is the reason for behavior. And it was interesting, we were talking to you, talking to your staff, and how they were seeing behavior improvements just because they notice that pain can be a very big indication of why a horse is acting a certain way. And this pairing the understanding of the animal with what you're able to teach, and then also the ability to provide that pain relief, really creates something special for the animal and for the owner or the trainer, and for performance.
I think the interesting is symbiotic relationship of when the horses associate that you're the reason they're getting relief.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, please bring that Magna Wave over here.
Yep.
And it's kind of interesting too. Like I sleep on the mat. Of course, the dogs want to snuggle more. Like, yep. They're like, we get these little Italian greyhounds, and when that thing's on, it's like there's something that you don't have to say, hey, come here, get on this. And the same thing we've got over here. We put the mat under one of the doggy beds, and we've got an older dog, and he just gravitates to it. And and of course out there we use the hoops, plus we use the under the hoof. We've had, this is the time when abscesses start to appear, getting out of winter, some muddy situation. We have a lot of sand here, but we also have kind of where the horses are. There's a bit of the black dirt out there, and so anyway, all just the different things and stuff. And it's interesting how the horses are like, oh, this is doing me good. Yeah. And so they, like you said, they don't speak, in tongue with their tongue, but they communicate. They let you know what they like, and they let you know what they don't like. And so there's lots of good stuff here.
Yeah, so Pat's coming to MagnaCon again, June 10th, 11th, and 12th. Kat, his beautiful wife, is coming too with her product, Benefab. They were at last MagnaCon. That is an excellent addition to anybody's business, is doing the MagnaWave with the Benefab. We have found is incredibly effective, but also a great way to gain revenue and help more animals. And so, Pat, you're coming. You're going to be speaking at MagnaCon. And then we put together some very special packages, and we're building an education that is all about some of your core principles and how to incorporate MagnaWave into that. And that will be available for people at MagnaCon. Give us a little teaser. What are you planning on speaking about at MagnaCon?
Okay. Well, just before I do that, what I'd like to do is kind of like look at our demographic and knowing for all your practitioners out there worldwide, okay, because we're everywhere. And in Europe, I remember I went to Europe 4 times last year, been to Australia 41 times. So our practitioners, but below that are our customers that are really interested in, getting either products or services from your practitioners, because that to me, that's where the two kind of co-branding synergism can happen. And like the King Ranch Ford, or something like that. So I see that. So given that, my goal is to help those that are already using MagnaWave as a practitioner to be able to really kind of create a new perspective as to maybe how to approach. First of all, there's going to be some horses that are going to be more skeptical than others, because they're all born skeptics, cowards, claustrophobics, and panicaholics by nature in various degrees. So we start getting those extreme horses. Is it going to be better to tie them up or not tie them up? Is it going to be better how to use, a lot of people say approach and retreat. I'm going to say retreat and approach. So I'm going to share with everyone what the difference is between approach and retreat and approach, and then reapproach. So I'm going to share some, I think really the 7 keys of success which are real simple, but very effective.
Okay.
Attitude, knowledge, tools, techniques, time, imagination, because Einstein said even imagination is even more valuable than knowledge, and then support. And that's why, what I love about your business is a network, is a community, is it's got support. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not here's your machine. Adios.
Bye.
Same with our program. It's
Yeah.
a community of like-minded people that want to have a great horse life. They want to have that special relationship with their horse. They want to know everything they can do with and for that horse to create that special bond, that special partnership, and to be able to go somewhere. Not everybody. Again, most people that own horses, 80% of them don't. 80% of all horse owners worldwide do not compete on a regular basis.
Wow.
So, and I know you're from a racehorse background and stuff. So, when we can make it, get it to where the concept for the regular person that has a regular horse, it's not got this super athlete and trying to win the Kentucky Derby and all this kind of stuff, which is all great. That we all know that's the high-end athlete that they're going to be really interested in. But we open this world up to the person that has, almost every horse owner has a dog.
Yeah.
Not every dog owner has a horse, but every horse owner has a dog or more. We got, I don't know, 6 of them or something.
Chickens
and
too.
So the getting that to where they start looking at their companion animals in a way that they can say, you're part of the family. I'm going to take, nowadays we're all a lot more health conscious, longevity, healthy longevity. I just had somebody yesterday that was 52 years old, and she was here kind of checking some things out. And she said, "You're 72?" And she goes, "Man, you run circles around all my 50-year-old friends." But again, this is, because of, natural balance of life and all this sort of thing, and kind of going about. I mean, I've got friends from high school. They look like old men.
Yeah.
I might be old, but I don't think I look like an old man. I dang sure don't act like it.
You definitely don't act like it.
Yeah. Especially when I'm riding my unicycle around the campus out here. They're like, what?
I mean, you're hard to keep up with, and I go fast, and so do you. And we were all over when I was visiting your facility, and I'm so excited about this. So you guys, there's going to be so much more to share. Pat, I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to put the little thing up here. MagnaCon, get your tickets. Pat will be joining. He will be here in person with Kat. You can get your tickets for virtual or in person there at magnacon.com. We're going to have a lot more. We're going to have specific machines that we're going to share about, techniques. It's going to be a fantastic time. Pat, thank you for joining me, and happy early birthday.
Thank you. Hey, guess what I'm doing on my birthday?
What?
I'm filming.
All day?
Yes, but here's why. Because next on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd is our 44th anniversary of my first seminar. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So we're having what we call our summit here, our horse psychology summit. So if anybody's interested in either coming to it, we've got 20 tickets left. If you live on the East Coast, or if you want to fly we're in Johnsonville, South Carolina, about 30 miles from Myrtle Beach. We're not a beach community, but we're just inland of it. Or they can do the virtual tickets, but it is going to be 15 or 16 hours of ages and stages, little foals, mares with foals, yearlings, 2-year-olds that have never been ridden, some challenging horses. And with humans, we've got some little kids that are doing my program, and we have some galloping grandparents. So it's going to be a very, very interesting 3 days. So you can join us here live, or you can join us here live or virtually. Now, you went frozen for a bit. Was I still coming through?
We're back. We're back.
Okay, so do I need to repeat myself?
No, we got you. But tell us the website. Where do they go to get the tickets?
Just go to Pirelli.com. Pirelli. Parelli, Pirelli.com. They can do it virtually, or we got about 20 tickets left here for our live event. So
great. You guys, Pirelli.com, check that out. It is coming up. MagnaWave will be a part of that as well. We will have boots on the ground. And I'm just so excited to see how MagnaCon goes. You all, I'm excited about your event, and I'm excited about what's to come for not only us and getting to experience and learn more things together, but also for the animals that we can help. Thank you so much, Pat. Have a wonderful birthday filming all day.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Keep it natural.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I don't exactly know. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're back. So hopefully you guys could. I love Pat Pirelli. He's wonderful. If you guys have questions about MagnaCon, you can ask them. And let me go back. And let me explain a little bit more about what I was saying. Before we started with Pat, what I was saying is if somebody is booking with you and they are booking with you, and the only way to book with you is either picking up the phone and calling you and texting you, you need to come to MagnaCon. Okay? You need to come to MagnaCon. I'm going to say it again. You need to come to MagnaCon. All right. I'm going to go back to the text here. Hi, Pat Pirelli. Everybody's saying. Amy, Eddie. Okay, let's just talk about what everyone's saying here. So here's Amy. She says, this man's program changed my life, my horse's life. This is Amy speaking about Pat Pirelli. I am not a man, and that's not what she's talking about. But if you are interested, Pat Pirelli's program is amazing. Let's see. We're going to go over. I'm just letting you all know. I'm not done yet. And it's only 1 o'clock. So we've got time here. Amy says, I use so many of his sayings and philosophies in my everyday life. Let's see. So much to do, guys. And I just am so excited. I'm looking. Everybody's so excited about Pat coming to MagnaCon. Okay, so I'm trying to get to questions here. Somebody says, Leslie says, I was lucky to see a Pat Pirelli demonstration at our local fairground many years ago. His ranch is 2 hours from me in Colorado. It is amazing if you get to experience him. You guys, I'm telling you, Pat Pirelli is such an amazing person, but he is one piece of what is going to be the most incredible MagnaCon. We have the most groundbreaking research in human and animals that I've ever seen. We have the best research in complementary modalities. We have the best breakouts that are advanced and beginner. Like, I really am pouring my heart and soul, my team's heart and soul into creating something that you will find value in, and that you will, whether you are just hearing about MagnaWave today, right now with me, or you are interested, have had a machine forever, or you don't know what it is and you want to get to know, you have to get a virtual or in-person ticket. I cannot tell you how important that is. Now, we are doing some competitions. If you've already purchased your ticket, you were sent an email. We're going to send another email out next week. There is a competition for referring people to buy tickets. Go back into your email, see if you can find that. We'll send another one out at the beginning of next week and share with you how you can enter that competition, because I'm going to be giving away some prizes if you share the MagnaWave love and help spread the word of MagnaCon. We have like less than 100 tickets left for in person. So if you are planning on coming, get your tickets in your hotel room now. Okay. Let's see. I'm making sure I don't get to do it. Good morning. Hello. Making sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay, couple questions here. First one, what do you recommend for getting new clients? How do you recommend we find people who want MagnaWave sessions? How do I branch into the human market? That is a lot of loaded questions. Okay. First of all, people who want MagnaWave sessions, they don't know they want them. No, majority of the time they don't know. Okay. So if they do know they want them, that means there's probably more people in your area, which is great. But what really has to what separates the good from the great in terms of running a health and wellness business is the education and the passion of the owner of the company. So buying a MagnaWave, anyone could do, taking that MagnaWave and getting certified and becoming an expert in using it and being a value to a veterinarian and being a value to the health and wellness of that animal, that's a gift. And doing things like educating yourself through Pat Pirelli, using other modalities like Benefab, Rock Red Light, that's what makes you great. You have to figure out who your target audience is. If I were you, I would Google persona, how to create a persona for your business, how to find a target audience for your business. It is so very important that you find that. A couple things that we're going to be going over at MagnaCon this year that I think are extremely new is AI, how to integrate AI into your business, even small businesses with one employee yourself. Okay. How to use AI in your business is something I'm passionate about. It's something I'm serious about. It's something that my staff is sick of hearing about. And it's something that they are doing. And there is a way to use AI where it's not replacing people and it's not but it is making your job easier, making you be able to be more productive. We're going to be talking about that at MagnaCon. We're also going to be talking about marketing, how to talk to a vet, maybe even a vet who we're going to have veterinarians present on how to be a better business owner and how to be a better advocate to your veterinarians, how to deal with the veterinarian who may be naysaying what you're doing, which they're out there. I'm talking to you, FEI. If you are a veterinarian and you have questions about whether we are FEI compatible, I would love to talk to you on the phone. Email support@magnawavepmf.com. I'm sorry, that was a side quest and I went on it. Okay. All right, another question. How do you explain the technology to someone who doesn't know anything about it without making it sound like they are stupid? So this is what I say. The earth has a magnetic field. We've all heard of it. We've all heard of grounding. Majority of people have. And that magnetic field directly affects our cellular function. If the magnetic field of the earth were to disappear right now, we would all drop dead. And the magnetic field has actual effect on our physical being. When there are big solar storms where the sun sends a burst of radiation towards Earth and that radiation hits Earth, and then we have a solar storm, you know how the northern lights have come much further and you could see them in the sky. That's actually a solar storm. That's actually radiation, but I could go down that rabbit hole. But people physically feel these things. And that means that your cells are affected by the magnetic field of the earth. And NASA realized this. They took what Tesla originally created and they did research to find out how they could help their astronauts who go into space, how they could help, because when they go to space, the astronauts actually lose muscle and bone. And why is their body degrading? Well, they hypothesized it was because they were leaving the magnetic field of the earth. They were right. They built things into the spacesuit. They also built a aftercare program. And the actual technology that we use to build our machines is based off of the study that NASA did. We purchased the intellectual property from one of the NASA scientists who did that study. And NASA doesn't use a particular machine. So listen to me. If you are reading a website and somebody says our technology is in the spacesuit, they're lying. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you that. Yes. Does NASA use PEMF? Yes. Do they tell us how and why and when? No. Have they done research? Yes. Did they take that research and get patents off of it? They absolutely did. So yes, NASA uses it, but they do not endorse any brand and they do not have any type of technology that is specific to one brand in their suits. What we did is we purchased that technology, those patents from one of those NASA scientists to build the equipment that you buy from MagnaWave and Orwell today. So when I am explaining to people, I make that connection between the earth and the way that the earth's magnetic field affects our body. It's been clinically proven that grounding helps your body. I also then explained to them how NASA used it and how we found very specific beneficial frequencies of that magnetic field, and everybody's body can feel that frequency. And then I, demo them with the Aura Wave and let them feel what that frequency feels like. It's more about, it's basically like if you take a drink of water, do I have to sit there and say, okay, body, now take that water and move it and do this with it? No. The body knows what to do with the water when you drink it. Just like when you put PEMF on the body, your body knows what to do with it. All of the amazing things that happen after a MagnaWave session in an animal or an Orwell session on a human, all of the amazing results of that are only because of the body. The body sucks up the energy that we are providing like water. And that's the way I talk about it. So what I like to do is rehearse things like that in my head. I imagine myself telling that story over when I first started doing this. I started thinking, all right, I'm going to come up with my why and I'm going to come up with my what is this story. And I explained it to myself over and over and over again. I watched a lot of videos and I saw what other people said and how they said it. And I created my own spiel, my own twist on it that made sense to me. I'm not a big, like, I don't pretend to be a doctor or a scientist. I am a business owner and I really do believe in this product. I'm a believer, but I am not going to pretend to be a doctor. So I don't ever try to speak on that level. So what I always do is, even when I'm speaking to doctors, I speak the same story that I just told you. And then I give them the research, the education, and the materials that they need to get the further information, how it affects the mitochondria, the cellular function. I never talk about that. I don't explain that to anybody. I let them do that research with my help, but I don't think that it behooves me to try to pretend like I'm a doctor. Okay. It just makes me look dumb. So you're saying to yourself, but Elaine, we need all of those things to provide to these people. Well, you're in luck because we provide them in the media library to all of our practitioners. We have thousands of documents, thousands of resources for you to use so that you can create social media posts right off the bat when you buy a machine, so that you can get testimonials for when you buy the machine, so that you can educate the customers that you have. Hopefully that was helpful. Let's see. Does MagnaWave offer any sort of help with social media marketing? Yeah, we do. So we have some great videos, a business builder course that's in our education program. We will be doing a lot of talking about that at MagnaCon. We also provide in the media library for practitioners tons of content to help with social media marketing. If I were you and you were coming to me, the social media algorithms change. Meta offers a free course on how to run ads. Okay. It changes every year. You need to take that course. You do not have to pay for the certificate at the end of it. You could just take the course and learn from them. It's that easy, you guys. There's tons of free courses to learn the best way to optimize it. But what I can provide to you is the best content to do that. And that's what we do for our practitioners. How should I decide the best pricing for my area? So I like to look at, if there's no other PMF practitioners around me, I like to look and see what the local equine chiropractic is charging, local massage is charging. And I like to do, my rule of thumb is $2 a minute. You can always go lower. You can never go higher. So your advertised prices should always be higher. And then so that you can discount. Okay. It's very important. We're going to talk a lot about financials and pricing and all of that at MagnaCon. How do I explain that MagnaWave is better than cheap devices without bashing or making people feel bad that they own a cheap device? Make them feel bad. Just kidding. The way that I explain it is, I guess the best way to explain it to someone is it's not necessarily the machine you use, it's how you use the machine. So if you are buying a machine from Amazon, like a cheap machine that's a mat, or you are buying a multi-level marketing type of machine, like a low power thing, people a lot of times will lump us in and say, I've tried PMF, it didn't work for me. You tried a mat with crystals in it. Mm-hmm. You tried a mat that you couldn't feel. That's not the same thing. Okay. Or you tried a really strong machine from somebody who didn't know how to operate it, and it didn't work, or it made you have Herxheimer reaction. So what's more important than anything is the education, the machine behind the machine, and how to use it and understand the results and how to move forward with those. Because one session is not going to change your life, but a series of sessions will. Okay. So I think it's more about who is operating it. And also, but for the operator, if you want to buy a machine, do you want one that has a 10-year warranty? Or do you want one that has less than a year? Do you want one that's safety tested? Do you want one that is registered? Do you want one that has that is going to last from a company that's going to stand behind that machine and that's going to teach you how to use it to the best of their ability and constantly be working to educate you? Or do you want one from somebody where you saved $1,000 or even $4,000, but now that machine's broken? You don't know how to get in contact with the person. It was made in China, and now you aren't getting the results that you want, and there's no recourse. Because just this year alone, I've spoken to at least 15 people who purchased a machine that's like plastic. It's like a circle plastic thing. It looks like it's in the same case as ours. And they have been extremely distraught about this, being told that it was the same thing as MagnaWave, and it's not. And they can't get their money back. And they spent, only a couple $1,000s on this machine, and they thought it looked the same. And they were so disappointed because now not only did they come and buy a MagnaWave, but now they've also wasted $5,000 on a piece of junk. So do your research and buy what's best for you long term. Because if you buy a MagnaWave and you use it right, even if you only do a few sessions a week, at 2 years, you will have paid for that machine. And that machine for the next 8 years is all revenue, profit. There's no consumables. It's amazing. Can anyone become an affiliate and make a commission? Yeah, pretty much. If you refer people to us and you want to sign up, you could do that. We have at MagnaWave, at MagnaWavePMF.com, the /refer a friend. It's also on the bottom on the sitemap of every single page. You do have to sign some documents so that we can deposit money into your bank account. But yes, if you are an affiliate with us, or you are a practitioner, you get a little bit more of a commission if you own a machine than if you don't own a machine. But yeah, refer your friends, guys, because right now, people are watching this and you have left money on the table because your friends have bought machines and you did not put them in the system beforehand. You have to register people before they buy in order to receive a commission. I hope that helps. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to keep asking questions. Stacy says, this has inspired me so much. That's why I'm here, girl. Lola says, I bought an Aura and I'm ready to help folks. I'm a nurse and so believe in MagnaWave. Everyone I meet has something I can help them with. Lola, everyone you meet. Isn't it incredible? All the time. I'll be in line at Kroger and I'll see somebody limping to go to the Kroger's. And then I'm like, ma'am, can you come to my car? People don't like that when you say that to them. Okay. They don't like it. They don't want to come to your car if they don't know you. But I want to MagnaWave you so bad, or I want to use the AuraWave on you so bad because I think I can help you. But that comes off as weird. So get a business card and don't treat people in your car. That is my 2 cents. I have an extensive shopping list for MagnaCon. Come on, Janet. Let's get it done. Robin, who do I contact about my MagnaCon ticket? I paid but never got any emails about it. What is anybody, Jacob, Zach, can somebody put the phone number up for the support line for MagnaCon, please? If somebody, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, and it would be great if somebody could get that number and put it on the screen. Okay, that's the sales line, 502-706-7221. You can text that. Text that. If you text that, we will help you. Just put your full name, your email address, and that you bought a ticket, and we will get you taken care of. You can text 502-706-7221 at any time, you guys. Let me tell you what. We are going to be doing some really cool specials coming up. If you're interested in buying a machine, this is a really great time to do so. What AI do you recommend? Lola, you're going to have to wait till MagnaCon to hear about that. Stacy, I was told that the big butterfly loop goes deeper than the lasso. I thought that all attachments go 16 inches deep from all attachments. Am I wrong? You're wrong. But not from any fault of your own, hun. So, penetration is very difficult to qualify because I don't have a sensor embedded in the tissue of someone to know how deep does it penetrate. Everybody's tissue is different. Every body is different. So if I can only turn on a level 2 on an AuraWave on myself and that's comfortable and somebody else could do a 12, but what does that mean? What are we doing? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I will say this, the smaller the circle, okay, the larger, like it's a more concentrated signal. So like the zoom paddle, the butterfly loop, very concentrated in one area. That tends to penetrate a little bit deeper. But the large loop, you all, just as good. It's more about comfort and location. I take this everywhere with me. This comes with every one of our machines. It's what I do. I use all the time. It's all you really need. Okay, I didn't say that. This is all you really need, but I didn't say that. Okay, but this is it. It comes with your machine, guys. And can you believe that there's people out there selling PEMF machines without attachments? You just buy the machine. You can't use it. I mean, I don't know what the world's come to, but that is crazy work right there. That's like selling you a brand new car with no tires. What are we doing? Somebody come with me and explain this to me. Yeah, so it really doesn't matter, guys. The XL wave wings it's more about coverage of surface area, not penetration, because I can't say exactly. Now I can get readings when I do experiments through different surfaces that it can go 16 inches deep, but it really, really varies on the type of tissue, what's going on. I wouldn't get too wrapped up in it. I wouldn't worry. I just use the machine and turn it up to a comfortable setting and move it down the animal and let them feel it. The body's going to put the energy where it needs to go. And I have a great story about that with the Aura Wave, where a guy was using it on his knee and he used it for a month and he had bone on bone knee pain and he went from a 10 to a 2. Okay. That's how much pain relief he got, but he still needed the surgery. So he's going to send the machine back at the end of his 1 month trial. He calls me 2 days into this machine being on its way back to me. And he says, I stopped the package. I'm sending it back. Send me a quote. I want to pay it off. And I said, why? What's going on? And he said, I stopped peeing in the middle of the night when I had the machine. And I don't know. I told my wife that the machine was not helping me do that because I never actually put the coil anywhere near that area, my prostate. I was only working on my knee and I got results on my prostate. And he was like, how can that happen? Because the machine's been gone for 3 days now, and I'm peeing in the middle of the night again. And I said, because it wasn't about the placement of the coil, it was about the energy the body needed. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind. Let's see. I like this, Stacy. Ever since I got my machine, I made huge life changes with eating and health. I think most people don't want to spend money just to mess it up later with McDonald's. Preach. Love the water comparison. I'm stealing it. Steal away, Tracy. Kathy asked a question. I don't know if I answered it. Somebody's saying, I wanted to ask, can BeneFab products be used at the same time as PEMF? Okay, BeneFab has static magnets in it. The ones that have the magnets in it, that's a type of metal. I wouldn't do that. Just because it's not going to be beneficial to have a static magnetic field and a pulsing magnetic field at the same time. Now, she does have some actual for humans, she does have some stuff that's built into the fabric that doesn't actually have this physical static magnets. For BeneFab, those can. But what I recommend doing is every MagnaWave certified practitioner should be a BeneFab supplier. You should do MagnaWave sessions, sell the BeneFab blankets, and then your customers should use those in between MagnaWave sessions to keep their session lasting longer. Okay. Friday the 13th. And I guess it's not good or it's good. I don't know. Let's see. The support that MagnaWave gives is the best part of owning a machine with them. Thank you. Support rocks. My machine support rocks. My machine went down and I had our county show coming up and they made sure I had a loaner before the show started. Thank you. Yeah, we keep a bunch of loaners. It's a couple times I've had to get on here and say, we don't have any more loaners because people don't return them. You got to return your loaners. But yes, we do our best to take care of you. I'm telling you, my number one thing is that if you're successful, I'm successful. And we live and die by that here at MagnaWave. Let's see. I have a client who was doing 2 days a week. Go ahead and purchase a semi-tenant rock. Her dogs loved it so much. Yes. Here's what's going to happen, Tamara. You're going to do demos. And if you don't let them know that you are their friend in the MagnaWave business and you say, or the Oral Well business, and you say, look, if you're interested in ever providing this for yourself at home, I am the one you need to talk to. That's what you say to them from the very beginning. If they're going to, and you need to talk to me, and I will make sure you get to the best product specialist and that you get the help that you need. Then they feel comfortable coming to talk to you when they're ready. A lot of times people don't, because they feel like if I tell her that I want a machine, she's going to be upset because then I'm going to stop coming to sessions with her. And the bottom line is then they're going to go around your back and buy a machine. You're going to lose out on that commission, or they're going to go to another company and buy a machine. Guys, there's plenty of business to go around. Okay, plenty. I also want to tell you something. We've redone our support system here at MagnaWave. One of the things that you will be contacted from if you have ever bought a machine from us is you are going to be contacted by somebody called your CCM, your client care manager, okay? You will be getting emails over the next few weeks from your client care manager, all right? That does not replace the person that you bought your machine from. You can still talk to that person, but sometimes that person is busy. Your client care manager is directly for you. They are your friend in the MagnaWave business, okay? You can text them and call them. They can help you with support. They can help you with education. They can help you with marketing. They are your designated client care manager, okay? So people, if you get a call or an email, we're not saying you don't get to talk to your friend Jessica or Michelle or whatever anymore. You get your client care manager who is just your support person, all right? Those emails are going to start going out. If you're new and you're buying a machine, you will be onboarded by your client care manager with a Zoom call where they're going to walk you through how to use the portal, how to do everything. But what's important is when you need business support, when you need machine support, when you need to find content, when you need questions answered, you can always go to your designated client care manager. So look out for that. Bobby Andrews, Bobby, email support at magnawavepmf.com if you would like me to get a hold of you and let me know the best way to do that. Stacy said, when will the red light panel be available? It's available now. We have full body 9 frequency red light panels available right now. We have Wave Oasis vibroacoustic therapy beds available right now. We have a lot of cool stuff available right now. If you want something, come get it. Get it now. We are working deals every single day. We do have demo machines in stock. If you're interested on a deal on a new MagnaWave, put that number back up again, Jacob, 502-706-7221. Call or text that number. Okay. For MagnaCon, it's 502-317-2600. You can call or text that number. There's another number too, either any of these numbers, and let us know that you are interested. 502-706-7221. Call or text that number if you're interested in a demo unit for Aura or MagnaWave. How does Aura Well help with sleep? Any specific settings or loop placement? I like to do from the top of the shoulders all the way down the back. There is never a specified setting for any indication because everybody's body is different. So what a comfortable setting, not too high, not too low. I like to go 4 or 5, middle of the road personally for myself. And you want to do a good 20 minutes. And if you have a red light and you can put the red light on and turn all the other lights off and do the red light and the PMF for 20 minutes, you will get Magna sleep, the best sleep you've ever had. A lot of people want the big butterfly loop, so I must get it. Yes, the wave wings. Is this the wave wings? Yes, the wave wings. It's excellent. It's awesome. Using the loops are all about you and your way of using the machines. And I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face. And this is not the best way for me as a company, for the company to make money, but it is the truth. When you buy a MagnaWave machine or an Aura Well machine, it comes with 2 attachments. This attachment right here, the large loop, or the butterfly loop, it looks like this, kind of, okay? It looks like this, all right? Those 2 attachments are all you need to get started with the education and get the best out of your machine for humans, horses, small animals, or livestock, okay? You get started with those, and then based on your usage and your business, you get things like the XL wave wings, the hoof plates, the mat, all of those things, okay? So just buy what you need to get started. I want a second rock for my rentals because all the dogs and horses don't like the LZR I have to go with my Semi 10. Can you talk about Revitavet products since Wendy Corn uses and sells them and will be at MagnaCon? I don't do anything with Revitavet. Wendy does. She'll be speaking at MagnaCon. It's a red light. It's wearable. I know the Rock red light is much stronger. Okay. So the Rock red light is only 60 seconds. It could not be wearable. It would get too warm. It penetrates too deep. But Revitavet is from, I've talked to them before. They're a very great company from what I'm aware. Red light is a very complementary modality. It's just a different way of delivering the therapy. Is there ever going to be some kind of travel case box to use to carry all we need? Yeah. Might want to come to MagnaCon. Let's see. Jessie Schaefer, some people are asking about her. Jessie still has a MagnaWave. She does, but she has her own business. She's doing her own thing. She does not work for corporate right now, but she is still an affiliate. Still my friend. Yes. So but if you are looking to speak to somebody within corporate, you could call that number 502-706-7221. Okay, I need to wrap up here. It's 1:30. I need to do some giveaways. If you want to learn more about PEMF and hyperbaric, you need to come to MagnaCon. I'm going to put this thing up one more time to scan your QR code. And Jacob and Zach, we need 2 winners. Corey says, y'all the best company ever. I've researched them all before deciding on MagnaWave. So glad I did. We were known by name at our first MagnaCon and cannot wait to visit again this year. Corey, I can't wait to see you. Let's see. How do you check the hours on your machine again? So, oh my God, why did you ask that question? On most, I think it's start and mode. You hold start and mode down same time. Should pop up. That might be wrong. Why am I blacking out right now? Like, somebody's going to put it in the comments because I think I just told you wrong. I can't wait to meet my CCM. Yay, Karen. You're going to have a great ones. Hours can be checked on all of the machines. So yeah, oh God, it's start in mode. Start in mode. You hold them down and the hours pop up. It's great if you're running a business and you have somebody else that runs a machine for you. You could know how much they've used it, if they've given away demos or not, or whatever. We could talk a lot more about how to do that. Hello, Todd. Lois, setting up a huge equine event in May with another practitioner here in Vermont. Are there any items that can be borrowed from MagnaWave for our booth? Any assistance would be great. Girl, we can help you out. Reach out. Just reach out. Email support. Email education@mwpmf.com. We'd love to help you. We will have full booth setups available for purchase at MagnaCon for both companies. Okay, so MagnaWave used to be a distributor of another PEMF company 10 years ago. If you have a machine that has different attachments than the ones that we currently sell, you do have to go direct to that manufacturer to purchase those attachments. You could get that information by emailing support@magnawavepmf.com. Or if you are done having a machine that doesn't have all the attachments that work with it, you can always trade your old machines in. We have a buyback program, and we will take that, turn that machine into cash to get you into a new machine. And that goes for any of our competitors. So if you have a competitor machine, we will buy it back from you, put that money towards whatever machine you want here at MagnaWave or Orwell. Also, we have try before you buy. You can get a machine for 1 month. You don't love it, we will give you, we'll refund half of the amount of money that you paid to rent it. If you do love it, we'll put 100% of that money towards buying a machine. Okay, I got to wrap it up. Let's see. I can't wait to own a machine. I'm hoping to be able to afford one by the end of this year. Juliana. God, why can't I say names? Hey, Julianne, I'm going to tell you this, girl. You need to get your ticket to MagnaCon. Get a virtual ticket right now, magnacon.com. You might win one. Cheers to that. Okay. Do we have an official website to sell our machine and attachments to other MagnaWave practitioners? Stacy, no. But I created a group on Facebook. It's called PEMF Information and Education. You'll see it. I'm the group owner. It's not affiliated with MagnaWave. It's just affiliated with Elaine. And it's going to be very awesome. You could go in there. If you want to tag me in your posts and put your serial number up. I was thinking about getting like a letter with your name and your serial number on it that we could give to you all so that you know that your machine is verified, that it's actually bought by us and paid off. But you can sell it in that group. At least I'm doing my best of keeping any scammers out. So I'm doing my best with that. Okay. While the machine is stopped, press the mode and stop buttons at the same time, and the total runtime will be displayed for 10 seconds in the format of hours and minutes. So I was right. So what you do is you turn your machine on. You don't hit start. You just hit mode and stop. Hold it down. Yep. It was mode and stop, not mode and stop. You hold it down and it'll pop up total runtime. So every machine that we sell has somewhere between 10 and 50 hours on it when it gets to you. Why, Elaine? Why does it have that? Because we test it internally. We do a burn-in period. That is not tracked. But then when we reset your thing, get it ready to go, we test it internally for long periods of time. Sometimes they'll get pulled randomly for quality control and get tested further. So anything under 50 hours is considered a new machine. Okay. So many scammers out there, guys. Be careful. So many people are getting scammed by eBay and by Facebook people who are selling machines for $5,000 and crazy stuff. Be aware. Anyone who's selling you a used MagnaWave or Orwell or OraWave device should be able to give you the serial number and have no problem with you calling us to confirm that it's paid for and that it is has not been reported stolen. If you lose a machine or it is stolen from you, please report it to us so that if it gets sold and somebody does verify with us, we know to let you know that somebody's selling it. Okay. If they won't give you the serial number or send you a video of it working and encourage you not to call us, they are scamming you. Okay. Can you post the name of your... And then, hey, guys, I have something that I resale page up. Okay. I'm going to share this page. Copy link. All right. It is PEMF and frequency therapy info and education. PEMF. I'm pasting it in the comments right now. I put a link to it in the comments. It is It is PEMF and frequency therapy info and education. PEMF and frequency therapy info and education. The link is in the comments. Okay, guys, I have something I'm really excited about. We've created a podcast. If you like being live with me like this, you're going to really love the podcast. This is about, we're going to be talking about business. We're going to be talking about family. We're going to be talking about interesting topics like bourbon and all of these amazing things. So I was interviewed for the first podcast, and let's go ahead and roll a clip of that for you guys.
When did you have that thought that this could be something big? But it sounds like you kind of just answered that.
Well, I didn't know then. I'll tell you the day. So we were driving down the street. I was driving down the street. My mom and dad had decided they kind of wanted to step back completely, like a lot. So I was running the day-to-day at this point. I've been there for about 4 years. And I was driving past this big building. We were working out of a basement still, and we had maybe gotten a couple other rooms. And I called my dad on the phone, and he was at a cocktail party. And I said, Dad, this is going to be something.
We got something.
I was so busy that day, and the kids were in the car, and my phone would not stop ringing, and I was drowning, and I was like, holy shit. Like in that moment, I was like, Dad, this is going to be something really big. And he was like, well, that's great, honey, but I'm at dinner. And I'll call you later. But at that moment, I was like, Dad, no, seriously, like, we're going to buy a building. Like, we're going to have to actually buy a building. Like, I need to hire lots of people. And he was like, okay, honey, we'll talk about it later. So it took me like, I think about another year. I had to get shingles really bad and like convince them to let me hire somebody to help me. And it was really like at that, but I just remember it was like I was driving the car, my kids were playing in the backseat, my phone, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I'm not even doing anything right now. I've created a monster. Like, it was the social media and the website were finally kicking in, and I wasn't having to cold call anymore. And that's when I was like, oh shit, I've got something here. Like, this is lightning in a bottle. So it was probably 2015. Yay. Okay. So that I said bad words. I say bad words on the podcast. So be aware, trigger warning, or tell your kids to, that happens sometimes. But yes, we're going to tell stories. My dad worked so hard on building this business, and my mom, and they traveled the country for 5 years in an RV. I'll be forever grateful. And they worked, and they are such a guiding light for me. And they have been so supportive. And yeah, I mean, guys, I got some cool stories to tell. And I think that I want you guys to experience that. And I want you to meet some other cool business owners and cool people and how they're building their business. So the Energy Exchange podcast is on Spotify and Apple now. So we also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. You guys, I am going to be doing this. I think we agreed it's definitely going to be released the fourth Friday of every month, but I'm not going to say much more than that because I'm going to be live whenever I meet somebody cool who will let me interview them. So this is not going to be like regular podcasts. It's not going to be just interview in my studio. We are going to be interviewing and going live everywhere. So where I'm at and where I'm meeting people and where we are, I'm going to share that with you guys. And hopefully you come along on the Energy Exchange podcast and the journey that we're about to have, because we're going to talk about conspiracy theories too, because like I got ideas about the Egyptian pyramids. I got thoughts. Okay, I had thoughts on thoughts, and I've got really cool researchers that I'm trying to get on the podcast. So if you like all things science, you like all things interesting, and just are really into learning more about cool stuff and new products and business owners and hearing the stories of parents and how they navigate this journey called life, check it out. The first episode is already available right now. The Energy Exchange, the one that you just saw, is up. And JJ Jeffers is right. Passion equals bad words sometimes. That comes directly from JJ Jeffers. I should get that on a shirt. Okay, so let's do our winners. Let's do our winners really quickly. I think I've answered all the... Kathy, I chatted with a scammer about a Julian duo that wasn't made by MagnaWave. That was a red flag for me. Yeah, that's not possible. Julian is my dad's middle name, and that's where we got that. So definitely we have it. Okay. One of the things I want to remind you about, couple things. We are continuing to spread the MagnaWave love by choosing top fans on our social media accounts to win exclusive swag. To become a top fan, you have to like, comment, share, and engage with us on social media. You're doing it right now. That's great. Always search hashtag MagnaWave love. We have like years and years and years of amazing posts on that. Use it on all your posts. We're excited to be attending the Kentucky 3-Day. We will have 2 riders at our booth doing signings, Lisa Wallace and Tammy Smith. Keep an eye out on social media for that event for exact dates and times. We are waiting to hear their rider schedule, but we will have a ton more on that. Energy Exchange podcast is live today. Listen wherever podcasts are. We are giving away a rock red light. 2 wins. Share a picture or a video of you with an Orwell machine in use. Or email it to marketing@mwpmf.com. You guys, we haven't got a lot of pictures and videos of the Orwell machines in use. So if you will submit one, you can email it to marketing@magnawavepmf.com, marketing@mwpmf.com. We will randomly select a winner at the next office hours. It is due March 20th. Orwell was featured in Forbes magazine. Share the article. It's great. MagnaWave was also selected as one of the best places to work in Kentucky. We are very excited for that honor. Also, we got new video booklets. They're so cool, real sleek. They're available now. Check those out. And Tim Sam says, they say that cussing is actually a sign of intelligence. Well, I'm smart then. Video booklets right here. Video booklets. Scan that QR code. Get your video booklet. They are like paramount. They are huge if you are wanting to get your business rocking and rolling and doing cold calling. Okay, so that's it. Let's do our winners. Okay, so we have somebody's winning a video booklet. We got Hydrowave. We got stickers. We got dry brushes. We got pins, pencils, tons of stuff in here. This bucket of fun, okay, already valued about $500, is going to Stacy Miller. Congratulations, Stacy. All right, that's our first winner. Oh, the podcast is on YouTube too. And we got another bucket of fun. This is the same thing. I love this stuff. Let's see who is winning this one. Megan Fretwell. Congratulations, Megan and Stacy. You are this week's winners. Please email mwprizes@magnawavepmf.com to claim your prize. Megan Fretwell and Stacy Miller. You guys get the bucket of fun this week. You can still win. Okay. But win prizes. Winners, please reach out to mwprizes@magnawavepmf.com. You can still win a rock red light by emailing a picture or a machine of a treatment with the Orwell machines. Send that to marketing@magnawavepmf.com. Congratulations, guys. Go like the podcast. Go watch it. Stream it. It's YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram. I am so excited about MagnaCon. Sign up for the VIP experience. We only have less than 100 tickets left for in-person. Virtual tickets. We have vet tech credits. Tell your friends. Share. And we have demo machines. If you want a demo machine, get them before they're gone. They come and go. 502-706-7221. Thank you guys so much for just being a part of the community and supporting me and supporting what we're doing here. I appreciate you guys. And make sure that you go wish Pat Pirelli and extra specially Pat Zemer a happy birthday on St. Patrick's Day. They're Patrick's, born on St. Patrick's Day, who are celebrating. So go over there and send them some birthday love on social media. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your weekend your weekend. And don't forget to get your MagnaCon tickets, magnacon.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.